If this video is helpful to you, please consider subscribing to the channel. First of all, I am going to define an array numbers. Then I am going to use the map method on this array. And I am going to pass a new function as an argument into this map method. I'm using an arrow function. So here I am going to multiply each of the element by 3. So here you can see that when I run the code console, you can see that a new array is formed. Here the elements in the array numbers is multiplied by 3, that is 3 into 3 9, 1 into 3 3, 4 into 3 12, and 2 into 3 6. Okay, then I am going to change the map method and to use the filter method. So, and I am going to use a condition, that means number greater than 2. So when I run the code, you can see that we get a new array which contains the elements 3 and 4. So here in the numbers array, the 3 and 4 are the elements that is greater than 2. Okay, next I am going to use the reduce method. So in the reduce method, I am going to pass the result and item as the argument, and I am going to change this condition and adding result and item. So when I click on the run button, you can see in the console we get a value, that is here we get a value rather than the array. Here we get the value 10. So we can look what happened. So here initially the result will be the initial value or element in the array. So here the initial element is 3. So initially the result will be 3. Then next the item is the next element in the array. So the 3 plus 1 will be occurred. That means 3 plus 1 is 4. Then that 4 will be stored in this result. Next 4 plus 4 will occur. That means 4 plus 4 is 8. Then that 8 will be stored in the result. Then next 8 plus 2, that means 10. That is happened here. We get the value 10 in the console. Then next I am going to change this, add and multiply result and item. So in the console we get the answer output as 24. That means here first of all the result will be initial value, that means 3. Then next 3 into 1, that means 3. Then again the result will be 3. Then 3 into 4, that means 12. Then again the result will be 12. Then 12 into 2, that is 24. Then the result will be 24 and we get the output as 24. This is happened here. Okay, then next I am going to add a new argument along with the function. So this argument is not compulsory. This is an initial value. Here default initial value is the first element or initial element of the array, but when we pass an argument next to the function, it is taken as the initial value. So when I click on the run button, or when I click, you can see that in the output we get a new answer or another answer. That means here first of all the initial value is taken as 2 rather than 3. Then 2 into 3 is 6. Then 6 will be stored in this result. Then 6 into 1 is 6. 6 into 4 24. 24 into 8, that is 48. That what we got here. Okay, so now when I click on plus button, you can see that when I add the result and item, you can see the result is 12 rather than 10 that we got before. So I think it is clear. That means we have discussed about map, filter and reduce method, and the map and filter methods will return a new array. Then this reduce method will return a new value. Then these three methods will not affect or modify the original array. Here the numbers. I am going to create an array fruits. I'm giving grape, apple, mango, jackfruit. Okay, first of all I'm going to use the fruits dot push method. So push method is used for adding a new element to the last of the array. So I'm going to add banana to the last of this array fruits. So okay, now I am going to run the code. Yes, now you can see the banana is added at the last of the array. So next I'm going to use pop method. Okay, so pop method is used to remove the last element from the array. So when I run the code, you can see here jackfruit have been removed from the array. So push method is used to add an array to the last of the array, and pop method is used to remove an element from the last of the array. Now next I'm going to use unshift method. Unshift method is used to add an element at the first position of the array. That means I'm going to use unshift. So I'm going to add banana itself to the position first of the array, that is 0th index. So I'm going to run the code. Here you can see banana is appeared at the index 0 of this array. So unshift is used for that. The next I'm going to remove an element from the first of the array. So for that I'm going to use method shift. Okay, so shift method is used to remove an element from the first of the array. So here you can see when I run the code, grape is removed from the original array. Okay, so I think this video is useful to you. If this video is useful to you, please consider subscribing to the channel and also like the video. So I'm going to create an array numbers. And I'm going to use the method slice to this number array. Okay. So I need a new array with the elements 9, 8, 1, 2. So for that we have to pass two arguments into the slice method. So the syntax of slice is such that the arguments that we have to pass to this slice method is start and end. So here I need the new array with the elements 9, 8, 1, 2. The index of 9 is 1. So that is the start argument. So here I'm going to put 1. Then next argument is the index of 3, not index of 2. So the end argument will be excluded. So we need 9, 8, 1 and 2. So we have to pass the index of 3 as the second argument. So I am passing 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 as the second argument. So the elements in the index 5 will be excluded. So in the console we can see that we will get a new array with the elements 9, 8, 1 and 2. Okay, I think it's clear. Then next I'm going to change this slice into slice. So now we can see that when we console this splice method, we will get the 3 also. The 3 will not be excluded. So that is the first differences between slice and splice. In slice method, we will get 9, 8, 1 and 2. The array with 9, 8, 2, 1 and 2. That means this element in the index 5 will be excluded. Okay, but in the case of splice method, we will get that 3 also. So we will get the elements starting from 1 and up to 5 in the splice method. Okay. So next I am going to talk about the second difference between the slice and the splice method. So for that, I am going to console the original array. Okay, so here we can see that in the case of splice, we get a new array as the original array. So here we can say that the original array will be altered in the case of splice. Then I am going to change the splice into slice. Then now we can see that original array will not altered. So second difference between slice and splice is that in the case of slice, the original array will not get altered, but in the case of splice, the original array will get altered. So next I'm going to show you what actually splice method is doing. So we can see here the original array is modified and we get the elements 4 and 6 in this array. So the syntax of the splice method is different than that of the slice method. The first argument is start, then second argument is the number of elements that we need to delete from this original array. Then third arguments are the new elements that we need to pass. Okay. New element 2 and so on. Okay, so this is the syntax of the splice method, not slice method. So what it does, so here I'm changing this and giving the first argument as the index of the 8. So here index of 8 is 2. Then I'm going to console the original array. Yes, now we can see that the 4 and 9 as the elements in this original array. That means the index from 2 is deleted. Okay, that is how the original array gets altered when we pass a single or the start index into the splice method. Next I am going to pass the next argument. So here next argument is the number of elements that we need to delete. So I am going to say that I need to delete 3 elements from the original array. So I need to delete 8, 1 and 2. So I am going to give the number 3 as the next argument. So I am going to console the original array. Yes, now we can see that the 8, 1 and 2 is deleted from the original array and the other elements is seen in the original array. Now the original array is altered, then starting from 2 the elements are deleted. That means 8, 2, 1 and 8, 1, 2 and deleted, and we get 9, 4, 9, 3 and 6 as the result. Okay, next I am going to give the other arguments. That means the new elements that I need to add or new element that I need to replace. Here I am going to replace this 8, 1 and 2 from this original array into 888, 111 and 222. So I'm going to pass 888, 111 and 222 as the other arguments, the next 3 arguments. So we can see that in the console we will get a new array. That means a modified array. The original array will modified as this. That means 4, 9, 888, 111, 3 and 6. So here we can see clearly that we have passed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 arguments to this splice method. So first argument is a start argument. That means from where we need to execute the splice method. So I given 2, that means the element 8. Then next is the number of the elements that we need to delete from the array. That means I have given 3, that means 8, 1 and 2. Then next I have given the new elements here, 888, 111 and 222. So in the original array 8, 1, 2 and is replaced by the 888, 111 and 222. So next I'm going to give another argument. That means I'm giving this 333. Yes. Now here what has happened is the 3 is not deleted. Rather than that, 333 is added after this 222. So we can say that this splice method is used to join and connect the arrays. Here the third arguments, the arguments from the third place is used for replacing elements or adding new elements. So first of all, I'm going to define an array. Okay, then I'm going to use the sort method with this array. So if I run the code, you can see that in the console we will get the array in the ascending order. So here you can see that A, F, H, S, T. So here the array with the strings are sorted when we use the sort method. So next I am going to change this array of string into numbers. So here I have created or defined an array with the numbers. So when I click the run button, you can see that in the console you will get the array in the ascending order. Here you can see that 0, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 9. So it is sorted in the ascending order. But when I make some changes, that means I am here I am giving 65, then I am giving that 64, then I am giving like 72, then 55, then 23. So now I have bring some changes in this array. So when I run the code, you can see that we will get the array sorted. But there is some problems in the sorting of this array. So here you can see that this is in the random order. So here it is 23 after 2, then after 23 you can see 3, then 5, then 9 is in the last position, then between you can see the 7 here after 65. So there is sorted, but something has happened here. So because in the case of arrays of strings, you can see that so here in this case they are comparing the first digit, that is first element. Here it is F is compared to A, B, T, H. So sorting is occurred when by comparing the first element in the array. So when that method is given here, you can see that 9 will be compared to the 6. That means here the first digit is 9, then here first digit is 6. So 9 will be greater than 6. That's why 9 is here. So here you can see that 7 is compared to the 66 in the 64. So here the 7 will be greater. So the 7 is here. So that's why this is not in the correct order. So while doing sorting for numbers or while doing sorting for the arrays like this, we need to pass an argument, a function as an argument to the sort method. So here we need to pass a function. I am going to pass a arrow function to this sort method. Here I am going to pass a and b to this function as the argument, and I am returning a minus b. Okay, so when I run the code, you can see that we will get the array, a sorted array. You can see that this array is sorted correctly: 0, 2, 3, 5, 7, 9, 23, 55, 64, 65, 72. Okay, so here we have given this an array, a function as an argument to this sort method. So here we have passed two elements. So first it will take these two elements. That means 2 is the A and 5 is the B. So then 2 minus 5 will be calculated. So in this condition, you can see that here we will get 2 minus 5. That means we will get minus 3. That means the negative value will be there. So it will not be swapped. So next 5, 7. Then also we will get negative value. That means here A is less than B. So it will not swapping will not take place. The next 7, 9 also there will not be swapping. But in the next case here the A is greater than B. At that time 0 and 9 will be swapped to each other. So by that we get this sorted array. Okay, by default the sort method will sort the array in the ascending order. So for performing sorting in for a array with numbers, we have to pass a function as an argument with this condition into the sort method. So when I need to we can give another conditions to this function also. So when I need to create array in the descending order or sort the array in the descending order, I can give that if A is greater than B. So in the usual case, if A is greater than B, that means here we can see that A is greater than B, it will be swapping will be take place. That means here when A is greater than B, we will get a positive number, 9 minus 0, 9 positive number. But we are changing the condition such that if A is greater than B, then we need that as negative. Then if otherwise as positive, here we can give any number, 0, 1 or anything. So if A is greater than B, we need it as negative, otherwise as positive. So when I click the run button, you can see in the console we will get an array of in the descending order. Okay, so I think it is clear. So we have discussed the three cases for using sort. One case is for using sort to an array with strings as the elements. Then next for numbers in the ascending order, then in the descending order. I think this is clear. First of all, I am going to create an array numbers. Then I am going to use the reverse method. Okay, so when I run the code, you can see that we have got a new array in which the array numbers is reversed. So it's starting from 7 and end with 1. So this is the reverse method. First of all, I am going to define a variable that is statement, in which I am going to give that I love dogs I love to play with the dogs and the babies of dogs. Okay, so this is a statement. So first of all, I'm going to use the replace method. Okay, so in the replace method, we have to give two arguments. So first argument is the word or sentence that we need to remove. So here I am going to give the word dogs. Then I am going to replace the word dogs with the word cats. Okay, so in the console, when I run the code, you can see that the dogs is changed by using cats. Okay, this is the use of replace. But there's one problem. That means here I love cats. I love to play with dogs and the babies of dogs. That is not good. So we need to replace the dogs in here and also from here. So here using replace is not proper way. If this I am removing this sentence, so here in this case using replace is not so issue. I love cats, no problem. But in the previous case, we need to use replace all method, because we can see that in the console when we use replace all methods, all the dogs are replaced with the cats. So that's the thing we needed in this place. So this is the difference between replace and replace all method. Replace method is used to replace only the word in the single place in the first position, but it replace all, that argument is replaced in all positions, from all positions. So first of all, I'm going to define a variable. Okay, then I'm going to use the method char at. So in this method, I'm going to pass an index as a argument. So I'm going to pass the index 5 as an argument. So when I run the code, you can see that in the console we will get a letter. That means a letter in the fifth index. So here you can see that this is the index 5. So the letter in the index 5 is T. Okay, next I am going to use the method search. Okay, so in the search index I am going to pass the letter as an argument. So here I am going to pass the letter T as an argument to this search method. So when I run the code, you can see that we will get the index of the T, letter T. So in this sentence, you can see that there are two letter T's are used in two places, here and here. But the output of this search method is the first position where the T is used. So here we can see that the letter in the fifth index is this T. Okay, then this T is in the index 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So from this we can see that the search method will return the index of the letter, the first position of that letter. Okay, here it is T. So when we give a CO, the answer will be, or the output of this code will be 6. That means the position of this O. Okay, also we can give the full word rather than giving giving a letter. So here I can give the word meat. So when I run the code, you can see that we will get 8. That means the meat is starting from this 8th index. Okay. So from this we can say that this char at and search are slightly opposite to each other. First of all, I am going to define a variable that is names, and I am giving the name as Steve Jobs and Einstein. Okay. So first of all, I am going to use the slice method here. So in the slice method, I am going to give two arguments. I am giving uh, 4 and 10. Okay. So here 4 is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So E is the element in the fourth index, and 10 is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 is this space. So no, I am going to give 12. So 12 means 11, 12. This is n is the 12th element in the 12th index. So this but this end argument will be excluded. So E is the fourth and N is the end. Then N will be excluded in the output. So we will get this result in the output. So when I click the run button, you can see that we can see the output by excluding N. Okay, right. So this is a slice one case of slice method. So we can write the syntax as string dot slice with the two arguments, that is start and end index, where end index will be excluded. Next I am going to show you the substring method, this substring method. Okay, so here also the syntax is same, that means with the start and end index. Okay, that means when I click run button, you will get the same results, okay, as that of slice. I am going to show you the other substring method. Okay, this syntax of this substring is a little different. A slight difference is there. That means here this end argument is replaced with length. Here length is giving. So if I run the code, we will get another result. Yeah. Because here it is taking a length of the string. That means starting from here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this is the length of the string starting from this fourth index. So that's why it is given give output as like that of as like that. So this is the difference of this substring from other two methods. But then now you will think that what is the difference between this slice and this substring? There is a difference. That means when I am using slice and I am giving a negative value, that is I am giving here 12 minus 12, and here I am giving as a minus 4. Then you will get a result as like that of this. Okay. Here, this minus 12 means minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 6, minus 7, minus 8, minus 9, minus 10, minus 11, and minus 12. Okay. So minus 12 means this A, from this A. Okay. Then minus 4 means this T. Okay. So in this case, we can use the negative. We can pass the negative index as the arguments in the case of slice method, but as in the case of a substring method, we cannot pass negative values, because in substring method the negative values are considered, or negative index is considered as 0. So when I change it here substring slice into substring, we can see that there will be no output, because here these two are considered as a zero itself. So when I remove this argument, you can see that we will get the output, because we will get full string, because here it is equal to 0. That means from here, so it will return complete string from the 0th index. So that is the difference between substring and this substring and slice. Okay, here the 0 is the negative index is considered as 0, as a 0 also 0. Okay, but in the case of this substring, we can give negative values as an argument. So if I give 12, we will get the uh, output as like this way. Okay, so that is the difference between slice substring and the substring, and also this end and this length. Means the second arguments of these three methods are not compulsory. Only the start index is, or start argument is the required argument. Okay, we can give we need only we only want to give the first argument as a compulsory one, then also we will get the result. Okay, so this is the case of three methods, that is slice and two substring methods. If this video is helpful to you, please consider subscribing to the channel